Have you ever looked in the mirror, really looked, and wondered, why didn't anyone prepare us for this chapter? They taught us how to work hard, how to provide, how to protect, how to keep moving forward, even when our bodies whispered for rest. But no one taught us how to stay whole as we age, how to care for the very vessel that carried us through the fight, how to honor the skin we're in when it begins to change. We were taught to be unbreakable, but never how to be well. And so, too many men suffer in silence, not from weakness, but from the weight of expectation. They ignore discomfort, hide shame, laugh off symptoms, until it's too late to laugh, too late to undo. Today, I have broken that silence, because what we're about to talk about isn't crude, it isn't taboo, it's essential. Your penis is not just about performance. It's a barometer of your health, your circulation, your hormones, your sense of self. Ignoring it isn't a strength. Caring for it is. This isn't about embarrassment, it's about empowerment. Because when you turn 40, 50, 60, your body begins to send different signals. The rules change, and the men who thrive are the ones who listen. So today we strip away the awkwardness out and lean into truth. Not just for your physical health, but for your confidence, your relationships, your legacy. This may be the conversation no one had with you before, but it's one you deserve to hear now, because penis health is men's health, and reclaiming it, that could change everything. Tip 1. Your body is talking to you. But are you listening? Not just to the obvious aches or the occasional discomfort, but to the quiet, consistent signals, the subtle shifts, the gradual changes that whisper, I need care too. As we age, testosterone doesn't just dip, it reshapes everything. Circulation slows, skin thins, sensitivity dulls. The penis, once overlooked in daily self-care, becomes more prone to dryness, irritation, even micro-tears that can erode comfort and confidence. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's not a punishment. It's nature asking you to pay attention. Because manhood isn't measured by how long you ignore your needs. It's measured by how well you meet them. So let's begin with what's visible, what's often taken for granted. Daily hygiene. Not the rushed rinse-off in the shower, not a splash of water and gone. Real care. Use gentle, fragrance-free cleansers that respect the skin's pH. After washing, don't scrub, pat dry. Give yourself the same tenderness you'd offer someone you love. Then, moisturize. Yes, moisturize. Choose something formulated for sensitive skin. Because dryness down there isn't just uncomfortable, it's avoidable. This isn't vanity, it's stewardship. It's an act of respect for the body that has carried you through decades. You wouldn't drive a classic car without proper upkeep. Your body deserves no less. But even the best maintenance on the outside won't protect you if what's happening inside is quietly sabotaging everything. Because the next truth? It's one most men never see coming. Tip 2. Let's talk about your blood flow, not in the clinical sense, not in whispers. Let's talk about it like men who want to live fully, because every erection, whether strong, soft, or missing, is a signal, not just about desire, but about circulation. And circulation, that's your lifeline. Your penis isn't separate from your heart, it's connected to it, literally. When blood doesn't flow the way it once did, it's not just about performance. It's often the first clue your heart may be struggling. Many men ignore this warning until it's too late. So let's shift from shame to strategy. Prioritize your cardiovascular health. Swap processed sugars for clean proteins. Reach for greens, berries, omega-3s. Move daily, walk, stretch, breathe deep. Hydrate like your vitality depends on it, because it does. This isn't about fixing something that's broken. It's about fueling something that still works. Because your penis? It's not a machine. It's a messenger. And if it's whispering now, it's time to listen louder. Still, even with a strong body, a sharp mind, and good habits in place, nothing works if one essential thing is missing. And without it, everything else begins to unravel. Tip 3. Confidence, not the kind you fake, not the kind you buy, but the kind that lives deep in your bones, earned through decades of showing up, falling down, and rising again. Because no cream, no pill, no supplement can match the quiet power of a man who knows his worth. Yet here's the truth few admit. Even the strongest men can carry silent pressure. Performance anxiety, fear of not being enough, the weight of expectations you never chose. And that pressure, it's not just emotional. It tightens the muscles, constricts blood flow, chokes the very connection you long for. So how do you loosen its grip? You talk, not to impress, not to fix, but to be real with your partner and with yourself. Because intimacy isn't performance, it's presence. It's being seen, not for what your body can do, but for who you are at this moment. You don't need to be who you were at 30. You need to stand in the strength of who you are now. Wiser, more attuned, more whole. And when you bring that to the table, you don't just reclaim confidence, you redefine it. But sometimes, even confidence can't quiet discomfort, especially the kind that creeps in quietly and no one wants to talk about it. What if your body's trying to tell you something more, something deeper? Tip 4. Pain, discomfort, itching, discoloration. These aren't just passing annoyances. They're your body waving a flag, sometimes gently, sometimes desperately, asking for attention. And yet, how often do we look away, maybe out of fear, maybe out of pride, maybe because somewhere along the way we were told real men tough it out. But here's the truth. Ignoring the signs doesn't protect your dignity. It endangers your future. You're not weak for booking a checkup. You're wise. Because urologists, they're not there to shame you. They're trained to see what you can't, to catch what you hope isn't there. Infections, early signs of cancer, circulatory issues that echo far beyond the bedroom. Catching something early can mean the difference between manageable and irreversible. Your peace of mind is not a luxury. It's a lifeline. And your health? That's the foundation for every other part of your life, so speak up. Not just for you, but for the people who love you, who need you well. Because silence doesn't make pain disappear. It only makes it grow in the dark. But physical health is only one layer. There's something even more powerful. Something that doesn't show up on any scan, but defines how you show up in every room, every moment. Something only you can protect. Are you ready? Tip 5. Your identity. It isn't your age. It isn't in performance. It certainly isn't in what society tries to take from you as the years go on. Your manhood was never about proving. It's always been about being. Being present. Being wise. Being deeply connected to yourself, to your values, to the people you love. Caring for your penis isn't about vanity or ego. It's about honoring your wholeness. It's about saying, I'm still here, I still matter. And I refuse to disappear inside someone else's expectations of what aging looks like. Because you are not fading, you're evolving. Not less of a man, more of one, more aware, more powerful, more free. This season of life can be your most vibrant yet. Not in spite of your age, but because of it. If this message stirred something in you, trust that. You are not alone. You are not broken. And you are certainly not done. It is never too late to start again. With intention, with care, with pride. If this video spoke to your journey, don't just scroll past. Like it, to affirm your voice, your growth, and the courage it takes to care for yourself. Subscribe for more honest, empowering conversations that respect where you are and help you step boldly into where you're going. And share this with a brother, a friend, a father, someone who's quietly walking this same road and might need to hear they're not alone. Because we all carry questions. We all carry scars. And we all deserve spaces that see us not as fading men, but as becoming ones. So tell us in the comments. What's one truth about men's health you wish someone had told you sooner? Your words might be the permission someone else has been waiting for. Let's speak honestly. Let's grow together. Because your best years aren't behind you. They're the ones you own starting right now.